What up, team? It's MurderInc here, back again with a Raid Shadow Legends video, talking about the what's next video here. No, I haven't made anything in a while, but this is new, this is exciting. There hasn't been anything new in forever. We're not counting champions, that's boring. Champions can be cool, they can be overpowered, but this unpacked a lot here. So what we want to talk about is how is this going to change the direction of the game overall, which I think is going to be a really big point here. So let's dive into it because there's quite a bit to talk about. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to see in the video here is going to be this Altar of Souls. It's introducing a new awakening system to the game. Now, first glance, I know a lot of people said, great, here's something that just adds on to what we already have. We already have to pull champions, we have to rank them up, we have to ascend them, we have to book them. All of these things, there's so much RNG involved, so why are they adding a second layer to do after? I think that is the wrong approach overall. What this is going to do is it's going to make the champions even stronger, which means you're going to progress through things faster. And looking at this kind of in an analytical way, you want to say that this will help players reach endgame quicker, faster, more efficiently, and hopefully, in Plarium's eyes, extend the retention of this game, because that's really their weakest point. It has been since the game was released in 2018. They can't get players to keep playing. They can get tons, millions and millions, everyone knows this, of new players in this game, but they're having a hard time keeping players. The ones they have kept are, of course, rather loyal, including myself that I've been playing for quite some time now, but that's the goal of this system for sure. I mean, you can kind of tell if you watch it a couple of times. It's going to add a lot of new interesting things to this game here. And another point that I want to talk about is going to be the rebalancing of this game is going to change the way we know it with a system like this. This is going to make champions that were considered weak much stronger. This is going to consider champions that were strong weaker. Not in a sense where they're going to lose power, but they're going to fall behind based on what kind of blessings or awakenings we can see and we do gain from all of these champions here. So how can we speculate on that? We cannot until we see it. It's been theorycrafted. We figure out what the metas are going to be for the most damage, survivability, all of that good stuff, especially crowd control for sure. But this can for sure make a lot of champions a lot more viable than they currently are. So while there is RNG involved in this and we don't know how pay to win this is going to be, that's going to be a good step forward, and I'm interested to see how they kind of rebalance things. Do I think champions are going to get nerfed because of this? Probably. I would hope they don't nerf the awakenings too much because it's going to be hard. And this is actually a really risky move if you think about it. They're adding buffs into this game that you can pick and give to any single champion. Now, the balancing is not that great as it is. I mean, look at Rotos the Lost Groom, Sifi, then apply it to the worst legendary you can think of, like, I know Jinwon was just buffed. He's still not that great, but there's a huge disparity between the best and the worst already. So adding these things, like I said, it can make some of the worst ones really good. It cannot scale as well with the good ones, but we really don't know how this is going to affect it. So I think it was a bold move by Plarium. I'm excited to see what they do. If they, in my opinion at least, they should definitely tune the champions instead of the new buffs they're adding to this game with these new awakening systems, and of course as well as the blessing system as well. So hopefully they do that. If not, I think this can be a big yikes personally, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just being pessimistic and not having enough faith here, but it is what it is. So we already talked about this before. There's a lot more RNG. I'm hoping I'm right with this next point here. So as we kind of saw, and I'm not going to go through any of these because a lot of this is probably subject to change, so I don't want to dive into the specifics here. I think it's just a pure waste of time. The sheep thing was cool for sure. If you want to watch this video on your own, you can absolutely. But there's one thing I want to talk about here. I think people might have missed this. It says 3 times speed here. Is it 4 times speed? Is it 5, 10? Is it instant battles? No, but it's better than nothing. So I mean, maybe we're getting 3 times speed. You can't see it because I'm kind of paused here, but in the bottom right hand corner, it says it may not fully match the live server update. Work in progress here. Hopefully they do keep the 3 times speed. Players want it, that is for sure here. So that would definitely be a strong suit moving forward. But what I wanted to talk about specifically was going to be the wish list that we can see right here. Now, I hope I'm right. I hope I'm right. I have a pretty good track record of kind of foreseeing what Plarium's trying to accomplish here. I hope they're testing this wishlist system out. If you're not familiar with what it does, it lets you pick 3 legendaries, 3 epics, and 3 rare champions, giving it a 2x chance all the time of pulling the souls from this new system that's being added to the game. And what I'm really hoping for is they're going to study the analytics from this and then apply it to shards afterwards if everything matches their end for what kind of goals or whatever they're trying to see as far as metrics go. I really hope that's the case. Like I said, I cannot stress that enough because this game needs some type of wish list system. I know it does get a little bit more complex because we have void legendaries and we have regular affinity legendaries. Maybe one of these 3 slots, if they were added to shards, can be added to a void legendary. Am I suggesting they should add 2x chances? I don't know. Whatever they want to do, it is what it is. What would this also do for the game? If there was a 10x chance, you would go straight to your wish list. You would add whatever wish list bonus you wanted to those 10x champions, and then bam, you have the opportunity to get new chances at a higher rate because they do keep adding more and more champions, reducing the rates of us actually pulling what we want during 10x events, which is rather frustrating. So like I said, hopefully this is a change that they're going to test out with this new system. It's the perfect place, time to do it. So I'm really happy they went this direction for sure here. And here's some copium to hope for the future that maybe we do get this for shards as well. They did also, of course, release this new boss here. They kind of leaked this in, I believe, their last or 2 What's Next videos ago. Now we have it, we know what it is. They didn't really go into detail on the mechanics here. I'm sure test server will be released. I will come up with as many cool teams as I possibly can for you guys. This boss looks really cool. The health bar looks very large. I'm wondering if they're going to scale with the enemy max HP. Hopefully they do. If they're not, this boss is going to be a joke, but I think they're smart enough by now to understand and add kind of a harder difficulty layer for only the final stages. We're not getting stage 20, and that is where it all happened. Stage 21 through 25 scaled down to 16 through 20 here. So with that being said, maybe it is kind of easy all the way to 15, and when they do add additional levels, that's when enemy max HP isn't going to matter quite as much. Outside of that, I definitely missed a few things. I don't want to get into detail on too many things that just didn't seem fine-tuned. Yes, they talked about the perfect soul system where there are 2 separate items. One of them will only apply if you have a certain amount of awakenings already onto your champion. That's kind of cool. I personally believe that's going to be a sold thing. I think they're going to sell that if I'm kind of speculating ahead. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe they don't, maybe it's just a low drop chance, but I think they might sell it in the end. So with all that being said, I think I kind of covered everything I wanted to. Anything additional, unless I missed something big, definitely let me know in the comments here. Oh yeah, we do have the Deck of Fates event. Listen, this is something that many games have. It's almost like in addition to the login reward, maybe this is them saying, we'll give them something else where they don't have to do anything extra for. They can just keep playing in the game. We already have tons of those daily quests. Maybe not so much clan quests. I mean, it all does kind of add up in the end for sure, but hopefully this is something where you can just forget about, come here, collect rewards, get good RNG, and get more resources, because like I said, retention is going to be their main goal here, and pushing people further is going to happen by adding new systems like this Deck of Fate here. I mean, it would be kind of dumb in my opinion if they sold card flip cost. It would be a gamble and probably not worth it, but then again, many of the packs in this game aren't worth it, and people buy anyways, so who knows? They did talk about new champion skins. I don't know, aesthetics are cool for me. I like their base models a lot. I'm not the type that's gonna go too crazy for any skins unless it's like my favorite champion. As far as the new champions go, listen, we can just look at them, say this looks cool, that looks cool, but in the end we have to wait for them to release the kits, all of that good stuff. But once again, let me know if I forgot something. There was a lot to unpack here. I didn't go into detail on anything that I thought was irrelevant here. Maybe people disagree. If you want to hear someone like deep diving into this test build or whatever that they're going to kind of showcase us first. If you do think back to the dupe system, they did change a few things from the dupe system to when we did get it live, which is why I don't want to kind of break down everything. This is a massive change and kind of enhancement to the game. Do I think there's going to be fine tuning even after it comes out? Absolutely, because it's such a big overhaul to how we play Raid overall. So I'm excited for this. They haven't done anything this big since, I don't even think the Doom Tower was this big. I don't think Faction Wars was this big. So I don't know. It is what it is. I'm excited to see what Raid has in store. I'm excited to get my hands on whatever test build this stuff's going to be available on. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you hyped? Do you think it's going to be a heavily paywalled part of this game here? What's it going to do for early game, mid game, end game? Is it going to change it as much as I think it's going to as far as retention goes? Leave your thoughts, leave your feedbacks. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this content, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like the video, and I will see you all in my next upload.